Have a look at the bunch of nutters that I work with. They must be excited. We're about to go on the night shift to drop this poly flake floor. So over the last few nights, evenings on the night shift, we've been getting this floor ready, including the uplift of the current old vinyl floor tile. Once that is uplifted, we then had to grind it, the floor. We had to do any repairs. We had to prep it and get it ready for our first coat layers. This coat's the DPM coat. It's a damp-proof membrane. It's a great moisture barrier where a damp proofing is essential. The whole team had their individual responsibilities and jobs, and we just chipped in all together with two people going ahead, squeegeeing out the material, just breaking the surface tension, and two in front and rollering it out, before one coming up behind and giving it a broadcast scatter. So the broadcast scatter is very important. People don't realise if two people broadcast a material, then you can get an indifference, and the same won't fall will be the same. It will look patchy if two different hands do it. So it's quite important for one person just to take the responsibility of broadcasting the flake. There are many different systems of resin, but this one we're doing today is flake. It's a polyaspartic, broadcasted in PVA flake, and then sealed with another polyaspartic. This can be achieved in many different colours: domino, silver sand, blue marble, white powders, darks, golds, glitters, cosmos. There is so many different tones and textures and anything you want. You can add a logo in this as well and seal it so it's still seamless. You can put an epoxy in. There's lots of different tips and tricks. You can so you've got a transition of colour. So the two different kinds of flake and floor. But I mean, this is a seamless, hygienic, unique floor. You know what you're going to get with it as well. So you've got to do a lot of repairing. If you've got a concrete slab been there for years and years, grind it all off, look for the hairline cracks, open them up if you have to, and then refill them. With the cracks, there's a few different things that you can use, but one of the things we like using is epoxy and kiln sand mixed. Mix that up so it's nice and strong, pour that in all the gaps, grind them out though, so then if they're hairline, you want product to go down there, so it's not just sitting over the top of it. You want it to penetrate so it grabs onto both sides of the cracked slab. Take off any latents off of the current slab or self-leveler or whatever you're using, but you must always grind. Bit of sanding goes on in between processes, especially if you lose the recoat window. The recoat window is when you lose your chemical key of epoxy, so you need to make a mechanical key. That's where the grinding or the sanding comes in. But it takes a good team. Get your team together, see what's what, see what you're going to do, and how you do it. Let everyone know what they're doing, where you got to get to, so you don't want no mistakes. As I say, if we drop this big floor and all of a sudden just say one of the kits wasn't mixed properly, we're squeegeeing it out. It feels similar, so you wouldn't know. You sand, all of a sudden you've got 95% of your floor area has been covered and it's set cure hard, and then the other percent hasn't. Now you've got a problem. This is how we broadcast. I've done a little demonstration earlier on how to broadcast the PVA flake, and that is hold the bucket, tilt the bucket and flick outwards to the side. You don't want to overstep on your flakes after as well. You don't want to cause no damage. When you put your spikes on, it can cling to your spikes, causing damage, and you won't know it is until you blow all your sand or your PVA off, or your flake off. You won't know if it's what it looks like. There you've got to make it look good. So it's like anything, 90% preparation. Let everyone know what they're going to do. There's different ways you can do with but the surface tension on this floor was nice. So after we've polyed it the first time, it just slid around. It was lovely. We did give it a little sand in places, but we were still in the recoat window. This is one of 6 of these community centres that has to be done in the future. And the next one we've got scheduled in is going to be done in a domino colour, which is a blend of black, white and grey. Really nice colour. How this guy here is, this is me now. I'm starting to cast out the flake, took over, because it wasn't the right technique. When you move on to your hoovering up, you can blow it off, you can sweep it, but make sure your tools are always clean, especially if you hoover it up into a hoover bag and you're going to reuse the flake again at another date. Then do that. Then get your smaller hoover once you're done and just go over and get all those little bits and pieces off. You want to do all your repairs now. If there's any bald spots or negatives, you want to start getting on that now. You're sort of sealing the deal in another poly. There you go, a floor like you've never seen before.